can you guys help by standing this morning and welcoming to the stage Billy Saltz?
Ready for a great day? All right. Well, I'm happy to be here and being part of this great event to talk about purpose, passion, and people. And I just want to, before I dive into it, I want to share a little bit of my biggest passion, and that's our team and our company culture. So before we dive into it, we're going to show you a little video that kind of gives you an overview of our company.
It can't be a one-time thing. It must be an obsession.
Whatever you want in life, if you want to be great, you must be obsessed. Obsessed with reaching your goal. Obsessed with self-education, self-growth. Obsessed with improving every single day. Obsessed with becoming the greatest version of yourself. It's a healthy obsession, one that pushes you out of your comfort zone, pushes you beyond what others thought was possible for your life.
Turn your every now and then to every single day. Turn your passion into your obsession. Turn your shoulds into must. I am obsessed. I am never satisfied, never content. I will not accept average. I will work until the outcome is mine. I will go above and beyond. I do not believe in limitation. I do not see lack. I see a goal. I develop my plan. I dive in. I do the work, and I get the rewards. In life, you get to choose. Not everyone wants success. Not everyone is competitive. I'm happy for all of those who are content, but I'm not talking to them right now. I'm talking to all of you who want more out of life. Those who want to push the limits to see how far you can go in life, how great you can become, how much you can achieve. I'm talking to all of those. When you get an idea, you go after it. Most people don't. Most people sit on their ideas. But us crazy people, we get to work. We get obsessed. When we start, we do not stop. When we get going, we must finish. And we must finish first. When we do anything, we must do it better than anyone. Many people these days are addicted to all sorts of things. Bad habits, drugs, alcohol, nightlife. My addiction is success. My addiction is work. My addiction is results. My addiction is growth. I tell you, the payoff is much better than the alternatives. If you want something in life, I mean you really want something. You want it bad. It can't be a one-time thing. You must be obsessed. You can't go in with the attitude you will only try once, but if you fail, give up. You can't have an option out. You must be all in. You must be obsessed. You must be dedicated and certain you will get what you want. When I start, I do not stop. When I get going, I must finish, and I must finish first. When I do anything, I must do it better than anyone. Get obsessed about everything you want in your life. If you don't, you will spend the rest of your life making excuses about why you did not get the life you wanted. There, my friends, lies two paths. Which one will you choose to walk?
Now that'll get the energy up, right? That's what our team's all about right there. We work hard and we play hard together. Before I dive in, let me plug my computer in here. Get this right. I'm excited to talk to you guys today and hopefully give you guys some good nuggets of things we do in our business to really help us build the best culture. We are pretty much obsessed about it. We work hard every day on it. But it didn't just happen, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I have a story. It was in my bio a little bit. Back many years ago, in 1990, I got my very first job. I was 8 years old working on a company, or a local farm. And it was a great place to work, but I soon realized that, you had to work hard, but if you messed up, you got in trouble. And sometimes the harder you got yelled at, the harder you worked. And that was just the culture. That's just the way it was. I learned that, so I worked hard every day. And then fast forward to 2000, that's my first year I became an electrician, worked for a good company, jumped in, and really the culture hadn't changed. It was real similar, completely different industry, but you didn't really ever know when you were doing things right. Appreciation really wasn't a thing then, but you definitely knew when you were doing things wrong. And I also seen something around me with a lot of my teammates that was kind of shocking, because I like to have fun. I like to have fun at work. I like to have fun on my days off, everything. But a lot of people weren't having fun. In fact, they were not enjoying their jobs. They weren't loyal to the company they worked for. And a lot of days they went home unhappy. And I was like, man, this is crazy. This doesn't seem right. We spent a lot of time at work. And I always knew we could do something different. There's a stat out there that almost 50% of all Americans in the workforce right now are unhappy at their jobs. 50%, guys. That's a crazy statistic. We spend almost a third of our lives at work, and half the people in the U.S. are going home unhappy. So we sought out to do something different. In 2013, we started Magic Valley Electric. Pretty small group, but we had one thing in mind, and it was a little bit crazy to a lot of people, but we're an electrical contractor, so we're in construction, but we wanted to have awesome culture. We wanted to put our team first, put our people first, and really just have an environment where people knew they were loved, they were taken care of, they were part of something bigger, and they were appreciated. So we did that. We made that a major focus from day one, and it kind of took off for us. And this is our most recent photo, about 213 team members. And I'll tell you, one thing hasn't changed. We haven't wavered a bit. We still put our people first. We focus on it every day, and we make sure that we're taking care of our team. And it's all aligned. And for us, it's been a good ride, an amazing ride. A lot of my team's here today. I'm glad to see them. You want to give a little shout? They got more energy than me. So I share that with you because I'm excited today to share with you some of the tools and resources we've used, and we continue to use and develop for our team and to build that amazing culture. So we're going to put a little work in today. We're going to go through a lot of different details. Are you guys ready to put some work in and learn something? Yeah. And my goal is, hopefully, something here really reaches out to you, and you take it back to your business or your companies, and you implement it, and a year from now, we come back, and you tell us all about it and how awesome it turned out. Ready? Yeah. All right. So, you'll see around our company a lot. These are our stairs at Magic Valley Electric, the win-win-win motto. And this is something that we really pay attention to. We talk about it a lot. And for us, win-win-win means our employee wins, the customer wins, the company wins. So we put our employee first. We put our team members first. In a lot of businesses, that's just not the case, and that's okay. It might be company, customer, teammate. And we love our customers, but we know if we're taking care of our teammates and they're loving their jobs, they're going to take care of their customers, which is going to take care of the company. So we focus on this all the time. We lead with this. We talk about what we're doing, changes in the company, and making sure they're the best decisions for our team members first. Throughout our journey of trying to build this amazing culture, we kind of started off just having a lot of fun, having events together, and we like to have fun. We're kind of known for it a little bit. But, we had to really get focused and get some goals and get intention set. it's important when you're doing this, you have kind of a plan or a true north, and this is our true north. Our core values mean so much to us. These aren't just, pretty words up on a screen right here. They are extremely important to everybody in the company. These are built off our entire team, and we went through a very long process to build these out. We used a book called Traction to help us dial these in, and they resemble and they match everything we want to be and what we see the best in our people. And then we have our guiding principles here below them. What's good about these, guys, is it is our true north. We actually use our core values to run our business. In a sense, we hire and fire off of them. I can tell you, in the past, it's as you're building the business, sometimes you have kind of a gray line instead of a hard line in the sand. Well, these core values help you draw that hard line in the sand. And unfortunately, some people just don't fit them, and that's okay. But when you're protecting your team and your culture, these help us be who we want to be. And so you'll go around our company in every office, in Magic Valley Electric, Magic Services here, Magic Services Boise, in Buell, all of our buildings, we have these in every single office. And a lot of times we recite them. We use them for the way we even do promotions, because you could be the best electrician in the world, but if you have a bad attitude, you're probably not going to be on our team. And since we've set these, I think it really catapulted us. So I start with these because they're that important. You can have a fun time working every day, but if you're not having a level of accountability and really following your core values and sticking to them and holding everybody to that, it can get a little out of control. So that's one of the biggest tools and biggest things in our company that we work with all the time. A lot of times we'll have an issue comes up. Maybe got to have a hard conversation. Maybe there's an issue with a team member. It's really easy to complicate things sometimes, right? Like, well, this or that. A lot of times we slow down and we say, does it align with our core values? Maybe it's an attitude issue. Maybe it's an integrity issue. And hopefully it's not a character issue. And so we work with our team. We make sure that, we're all working on these and aligning with them, but they do help us manage a little easier. So something that I just really want to hit on before we get going. So diving in, we love to train. Who here likes trainings? Yeah. We're kind of obsessed with them. In fact, we have 2 trainers full-time, one for Magic, one for MVE. We got Davis Cross here right now, Magic's trainer. Davis! He's also a part-time hype man, MC, just about he should be up here actually speaking. We got stickers of him all over the company. They're pretty special. Davis he's awesome. But we train on all levels. We train on leadership, especially leadership. Everybody says, I think in the last couple of years, there's no people out there. There's nobody to hire. Nobody wants to work. I don't think that's the case. I think there's just a lack of leaders out there. And so we focus hard on that. We from all levels, we are constantly working on leadership. From the first day you start as an 18-year-old kid to if you're 55 and a veteran out here in our business, we're focused on leadership. And in this world, it gets a little confusing what leadership is if you're on Instagram or Facebook or any social media. I mean, it is confusing, and it's tough for even our kids. But we really keep it simple, right? Consistency, being competent, having high character. These are big things that we train on and we focus on so people understand what it takes. And then a big one with this is understanding your why. I believe if you understand your why, you can get through any how. And a lot of times we jump into things, and we have in the past, that we just jump in not understanding the why. So as we're training our team, they need to have their own why and understand why it's important for them to be an extraordinary leader for themselves, their family, their team, and the company. So constantly, on pretty much every day of the week, we have some type of a training. And it really comes down to we just have loved them, and we see the improvement. There is really no ROI on these things, but we see improvement in our culture and our team and the engagement. Something we're very, very proud of and we love doing. And also with technical and safety training. Obviously, safety in our business is extremely important, so we pour into our team. we're always, and it was crazy. What happened when COVID hit? We didn't have any trainings. You couldn't do them. I mean, you could do a Zoom training, but we didn't even do those. And we realized safety was getting away from us. So we dove head first into safety training. So every one of our team members are OSHA 10 certified. We do trainings every week for safety. Because guess what? When I talk about our team and how much we love them, that's the most important thing is their safety, getting home every day to their families. And being confident in your position, especially in the trades, is really important. Having the tools and resources you need to do your job really well. And for us, we don't hold back. Technical training is really important to us. We want to have the best team members out there in the field doing what they need to do to get the job done and take care of all of you. And that's not always that's not something I ever got when I was in the trades. I did my schooling and then I went to work. And we focus on anything and everything we can to be better electricians, plumbers, and HVAC techs. And my favorite, wasn't always my favorite, everybody on my team would tell you this too, communication training. Who here has had lots of communication training in high school? What? Really? Oh yeah, they don't teach us communication very well in high school. So we really simplify things, guys. We dive into things like the simple things that, I would have thought I would have known. When are you being passive aggressive? When are you being assertive and respectful? And it's crazy when you really sit back and look. I'm pretty passive aggressive sometimes, so I have to kind of have a reset. When you know what it is, you can adjust. So we really teach our team to be really good communicators. With a show of hands, I just want to throw this out there. If you could go back to maybe a relationship that you might not have today, or a bad situation, maybe an argument you got in with somebody, you look back, do you think that was because of bad communication? With a show of hands. Yeah, that's how I feel too. I look back, because I can be kind of a pain in the butt. I run, sometimes I leap before I look a lot. That's why I got an awesome team. They help me kind of stay focused. But knowing that, it was really sad that, we as a team need to focus on our communication, be really good at it. So we dive heavy into this. And then with our teammates, we do personality trainings, or personality tests. We currently use DISC and color code. There's a lot of amazing personality tests out there, and my advice would be if you find one that you like, stick to it and own it. We've owned these two, and it's been amazing for our team. With a show of hands, do you guys think everybody's got the same personality? One time I thought that. I think we've all sat in a room and had a meeting with somebody, and you're trying to tell them what you're all about, trying to tell them your ideas. Maybe they're questioning it they don't understand it, and you're going, oh my gosh, what's going on? Why are you not getting it? Maybe it's because they're just a different personality. And so for us, you can see, if you look way up on top of there, that little dot, that's me. So I'm like almost outside the circle. So you can imagine how many people I drive crazy. I'm not aware of sometimes how my communication style is. So the first time we did DISC, it was like a light bulb went off. It was just unreal how different everybody was, and that's amazing. All personalities are great. And if you look down here, I'll show you just right. That's my wife down there in the very bottom corner. So you can imagine how we've had to work at communication. But for many years, early on when we were dating, we just kind of were missing it. As soon as we started working on this and putting the real work in and understanding each other's limitations and strengths, it became much easier, right? We all have limitations, and knowing those, you can flex. So with DISC and color code, we've been able to really utilize these tools. When we bring a new team member on, they get a personality test. And after each quarter, we do trainings on these, facilitations. And with these tools, it's really it's helped bring our teams closer together to help understand each other better. I know when I'm going to meet with my controller, Amanda Capps, she's not here today, we wish she could be here. I know I need to put a plan together. I used to go, hey, guess what, man? We just bought, we're just expanding into a new division, like 3 weeks after we did it. You imagine her being analytical, precise, systematic. Do you think that drove her crazy when she didn't have a plan? And I would just see her, I'd see her overwhelmed. Sometimes I'd see tears, and I'm like, what's going on? We're just moving here. We're going fast. And it just didn't hit me until we did these trainings of how far off I was. And she's my teammate, and I need her, so it was my job to learn her personality, to learn how to flex. But I can tell you, Carrie, I'll never be able to change you, right? But I can change myself. I can flex to my limitations. I can, lean on my strengths, but the things I need to do is learn how others communicate and flex to them so that we can work closer together, work better together, give them what they need, the information they need. This has been one of the best things in our company. If you go into any of our offices, you see these boards up. You see on our computers what color we are and where we're at, because, if you come into maybe a hard conversation, you want to prepare, right? You want to make sure that meeting goes right. And Billy Saltz used to not prepare. One time I was told I'm a bad listener, and I said, no. Actually, my wife, I think, said that. Said, you're a bad listener. I'm like, no, I'm not. I listen good. I listen to everybody, And I soon realized when I started learning about my personality, I'm not. So when people talk to me today, a lot of times I'm waiting for the 3 last words of a sentence. You know why I do that? So I listen. I'm just waiting. So I'm like, okay, I know what they said, because I get in my own head and start talking to myself sometimes. And so knowing these things has helped me improve and our entire team improve. So remember that. All personalities are amazing. You need them all. If you had all the same personality, it could be a little dangerous, right? If we had a bunch of eyes up there with Billy, we would probably run and gun, and we wouldn't plan things very well. We wouldn't pay our bills probably because we're just moving. Who knows? So having a good wide variety is definitely it's definitely powerful. It's not like we planned this, but it's worked out pretty well. So enough about the communications and personality test, but I really, if you ever have any questions about that, reach out to me, because it is a pretty special thing that has helped us really build that great culture. All right. My funnest thing we get to do. So, as you're growing a team, right, we go to work every day, we put a hard day's work in, and we go home because we're tired. How many relationships really get built on an 8-hour day in the trenches? Not very many, right? It's in these types of environments. It's in team building events. It's in company events. It's doing something fun. It's going to dinner together. So we put a lot of focus. It's a must-do in our operation. It's part of what we do, and we do a ton of different things. We are constantly having fun events. Last week, we had the plumbers against the electricians up in Boise shooting paintball at each other. Dallas is out here. Trevor's out here. They're all welted up. Oh, yeah, so is Dakota. But they had the best time ever. Then they go to lunch afterwards. And we do things like this all the time, from obstacle courses to shot shooting, axe throwing. Me and Trevor recently went to spa day with the call center, got our nails done. It was pretty special. Sporting events, just about anything and everything you can do to really build that relationship. Because when you build that relationship, that's when the magic starts happening. Golf, speedway, holiday parties, company retreats. Who here has been camping with their entire team? Come on, people. Come on. No, I'm just teasing. But it is fun. You see all the kids. You get to meet the kids, right? When you see your brand on one of our teammates' kids, that's powerful. And they love to see us at parades, and they're out there throwing candy. And that really just brings things together. What we do every day, and just like you in your businesses, it's not easy. Is it? Is there challenges? Some days you want to just give up. Some days you're upset. Well, it's the same thing for us, And one thing I can tell you always gets us through, we always have somebody to lean on in our team. Like, I get to go to work every single day around this group of people in front of me, and it's like working with my best friends. And some of the most challenging days that, almost bring a tear to your eye because they're so stressful, you're still so proud because you made it through it with this awesome team. And that's built off of things like this. Team events, really important. All right. One thing I just started the conversation with today was about appreciation. I think all of us could do a better job about showing appreciation. There's a fact out there recently, actually, things have changed. It used to be money was the driver for most people, but now appreciation overtakes it. People want to be part of something. They want to know they're doing great things. They want to know they're appreciated over money. And we've always just done this, but it's so important. One time, for a section of time during COVID, we stopped doing awards. And, man, we felt it. Did we feel it, guys? Oh, yeah. So we dive deep into our awards. We do monthly Elite Energy and Elite Safety Awards. And you wouldn't believe the inrush of people, because these are voted on amongst our peers, the inrush of people calling in saying, Zach Schiffler is kicking butt. He's holding the safety. He's a great team member. He should get the Elite Safety Award. I mean, this is a fun thing. Every company meeting, you never know who's going to get it. So when you're doing this, you're kicking butt, man. You are standing above and beyond. Then we have our Annual Legacy Award. Annual Legacy Award is something really special to us. We lost a team member to a car accident, Cody Mays, a few years back, way too young in his life, and it was a very, very devastating situation for us at Magic Valley Electric. And Cody was one of those amazing people that just did everything for you. He'd take the shirt off his back. He really stood above and beyond, and he lived by our core values. So every year we do the Legacy Award in honor of his legacy. And this is the most emotional, joyful award that I've ever been able to hand out. And it's not voted on by me, it's voted on amongst our entire teams. And you'll see the team members that get those, they are standing out like it's shown through the year. It's not about the best electrician or best plumber. It's about the best person. And I can tell you that there, it's like you won the lottery when you win that award. So really diving deep, guys, into showing appreciation to your teams. Because we run hard every single day, and sometimes when somebody does something good, we forget to say, great job. Or we say great job and we really didn't mean it, just without being genuine. That's not the way it should work, right? Don't you think it's about time we slow down a little bit and pay attention to our team and tell them great job, show them appreciation? What do you say? Yeah. Who likes to feel good? Who likes to be told, when they put a hard day's work in, that they did a great job? Who here with a raise of hands? Yeah. Can I get a commitment that today you'll make a phone call to somebody that's maybe you're working with, that's helping you? Maybe they're covering for you today so you can be here right now. You think you can make that phone call and tell them you appreciate them? You appreciate what they're doing for you in your business? What do you say? All right. I'm holding you to it. Yeah, so diving into other different things is parades, high school events. We go to high schools. We talk to kids at high schools because, we're in the trades industry and it's sometimes left behind. A lot of people don't know that's an option. But we want to outreach. We reach out to schools. We help in construction programs. We do parades. Parades, we're like the parade machine. How many parades did we do last year, Chrissy? Like 13? Oh, not 7. The year before was 13. We brought it back to 7. You got to go with the bigger number. CSI Workforce Development. Why we do these things, guys, is like he said earlier about our community. We're fortunate to live in somewhere, this is a special place. And it's taking care of us. It's given us an opportunity to build a great company with a great team. And it takes care of us every day. So we give back. We want to be involved in our community and be proud of what we do every day. Fundraising events. Today, you're going to hear about the J Foundation. And further on my slide here, I'm going to talk about that even more. But it's a pretty awesome foundation. And with the J Foundation, Boys and Girls Club, we come to these events to help out, to give back, and really just be a good positive influence out there for the community. But also internally. Internally, man, we love our team. There's been some amazing moments where our team has just stepped up for other team members. I'll kind of tell you a story of one time we had a team member that got diagnosed with cancer. He's still with us today, but we were going to raise a little money for him in a company meeting. And in my mind, I'm thinking, we'll probably come out, raise a couple $1,000 for him. I mean, it's, we got a great team. Didn't expect what was about to happen. So we had some special hats made. Actually, I think Lex is wearing one right now. And these special hats have the purple ribbon. And we said, guys, we're going to sell these hats for $20 or whatever you want to buy them for, and we're going to donate all that money back to our teammate, and then we're also going to match it. And in that 1 hour, we raised almost $11,000. $11,000. Is that powerful? Yeah. Like, I seen guys digging deep in their pockets, buying $200 hats. And it was just how powerful that team came together and just really, really showed love to the guy that needed it the most. And he walked out there just in tears almost, because it was a pretty amazing time. And we've done that, multiple times with our team. Any kind of thing that we can do to help them, because we're a big presence, right? We have a lot of power, so we use that to really give back to our teammates. Almost brought tears to my eyes. All right. Here recently, a lot of stuff I just went over, team, is stuff that's kind of utilized towards work. Technical abilities, leadership, even though that flows into your everyday life. But there's more to it, right? We work hard every day. And this year we had a really great opportunity to be partnered with the J Foundation. My good friend Jason is going to be speaking later. Evidently, he's the #1 speaker in the U.S. He's out there somewhere. Get ready, Jason. But what we've done with the J Foundation has been pretty special. We're really educating our team on mental health awareness. That, it's okay to reach out. That they're loved, they're cared for, and we're here for each other. And how to spread that out through the community. We started this journey not too long ago, and in just a short amount of time, it's been transformational. We've had major breakthroughs, and I just can't wait to see more. We've got a lot of great things yet to come still, and with that, it's going to be, I feel, a pretty amazing year teaming up with the J Foundation. But I won't steal the thunder. Jason's he'll do a good presentation later. Workplace environment. So I'm kind of a weird guy. I like I'm a tool fanatic, I guess you'd say. Anything we need, when I was an electrician, anything I needed, I went and bought tools. I had a lot of tools. So that kind of, through building our culture, we want our team to have everything they need and to do their jobs well. And that's even including having the right trucks. We've seen our wraps. Our marketing is amazing. Our environment and our offices, we don't stop. I guess I should probably back it up, guys. I kind of skipped over a part. I'm kind of just going one by one here. Is a lot of time in culture, and I may have even thought this early on, there's not one silver bullet. There's not. It's a lot of different things that we have to do to build that awesome team, that awesome culture. All the way down to having an awesome office, to having a putting green in the front. We're building that right now. We're building a gym right now. Everything and anything to have a great place to work. From the right equipment, Zach Schiffler here runs our excavation department, and he's the equipment man. He gets the best excavators, so he can do his job really well. Right, Zach? Yeah. He's pretty shy, so that was awesome. But that's what it's all about. You want to feel confident in your job. You want to be proud of your job. So we just checked this box, and I guess the point of all this is so I can share with you of things that we've done that we feel is really just added value to this, because it's not just one thing. You can't just have one party or one training and say, all right, we got the best culture out there. No, it's every single day we strive to be better. And again, I mentioned we like to play hard. We work really hard, but we play hard. I was surprised I was the first one at the office this morning, and I was there pretty early. I got there about 4, and right behind me, people started rolling in. But at the end of the day, we also go have a lot of good times together. So sometimes I tell you, and I've had to learn from this in my past, is slow down. Slow down and just take the time, because it's not always easy to sacrifice, what you call personal time. Maybe you got a Saturday, you just want to be alone, you want to go watch a movie, whatever it may be. But trust me, every time we get done with a team building event, a dinner, a breakfast with our teams, I always feel better. And I can say the same for our team. I'm sure they would agree. You got to put the sacrifice in, because you're building that team, you're building that trust, that amazing culture. So today, I'm going to share a couple different tools that we use, and then at the end of this, there'll be a QR code for each one. And these 2 small tools are a big part of just really growing our team, building leaders, and really focusing on each other, getting better, really building that development muscle. One thing we focus on is we do 100-day plans with our teams. Who here has ever heard of a 100-day plan? Okay, so these things have been pretty amazing for us over the past few years, or quite a few years we've been doing them. So every quarter, we fill out 2 personal goals and 2 professional goals. And we have accountability partners in the company. And what comes with this is pretty amazing. With a show of hands, who here is a procrastinator? I'm bad. I'll tell you, but with this, I usually put those items on there that I'm procrastinating not getting done. And we focus on both professional and personal. But I'll tell you what, when it's to the end of the quarter last day, I've been working on a goal until 2:30 or 3 in the morning, because I'm telling you, I'm not going to let these guys down, because they'll know if I don't get my goal done, because we share these things. So you think about the impact that has. Say you got 15 of your top leaders or 20 of your top leaders in your company, all working on these, and every quarter they're accomplishing 4 major goals, 2 professional, 2 personal. Maybe it's taking their daughter to teach them how to ski. Well, that's something we go over. If it's 3 weeks to the end of the quarter and somebody hasn't even tried, we tell them, you need to take the day off even and go take your daughter and go teach her how to ski. So it's a great accountability tool, but man, you can see the movement in a company. That's a lot of goals getting accomplished that probably weren't before. Big part of this is a big tool for our whole team. And one of my favorite things, one-on-ones. Who here, with a show of hands, uses one-on-ones in their operation? Right here, we feel there's no other tool more beneficial to the development of leaders than one-on-ones. For years, I thought I did one-on-ones all the time, right? I'd go to a job site, meet with one of the guys, we'd chat it up about the job for 5 minutes, we'd talk about maybe what happened something last weekend, and then another team member would come in and we'd start just chatting about other things, and that was our kind of one-on-one. But it wasn't. It wasn't structured. It wasn't like this. So these, for us, have been an amazing tool that we use. We do them every week or every 2 weeks, depending on the position. This is for your teammate. This isn't for you. This is their time to shine, their time to bring to you everything they're doing in the company and in their personal life. It's a structured, scheduled conversation. We always start ours out with 5 gratefuls, because we want to, that really is a powerful part of this one-on-one. A lot of times I might not make it past the gratefuls, because it's, we need to sometimes slow down and have a little more gratitude, right? So we dive into these and we learn about the gratefuls, their accomplishments for the week, because that's an opportunity that you can really dive in and see, what your team members doing or what they want. Maybe they want to be the next manager of a certain division, but nobody's really had an opportunity to talk to them about it. Maybe they want to learn how to, run certain equipment. This is all where it comes out. And then we dive all the way down to when we go over 100-day plans. And this is kind of the time you can really dive into that with them and see where they're at on their track. But if I look back And my team would definitely agree to this, because we asked this question a lot. When we look back and say we lost somebody because of an issue that developed, and they just said, it's not for me anymore, and they left the company. One of the first questions we ask is, when was his last one-on-one? And usually, it's like, I haven't had one in 6 months, 3 months, or maybe even longer. And that's pretty dang sad, because through those one-on-ones, you get the opportunity to open up any issues. Because a lot of things I've found in our businesses is it usually starts pretty small. Something starts festering, and before you know it, maybe 6 months later, it turns into something big. And if we'd have just had the time, and that team member would have the opportunity to talk to you about it with a platform where your phone's away, where the computer's shut down, where it's your time, we would have probably figured that out, and that team member would be with us today. One thing I heard the other day from a teammate, he was actually telling us about a job that he left to come work with us. He's our other trainer for Magic Valley Electric. It's Jacob Bogner. And he left the company many years ago, and he worked hard. He's a real go-getter. He's smart. And he never really knew if he was doing a good job or a bad job. But when he was leaving, his boss told him he didn't know what he was going to do without him. He told him how amazing he was. He told him how awesome an electrician, and he's just so proud to have him on his team. But it was already too late. If he would have told him that through the time while he was working there, he even said, I probably would have never left, but I just never had that feeling. And so just those little things like that, you could lose somebody that's pretty important to you. And for me, my team is everything to me, so we really focus on that, make sure we don't have those opportunities happen. So you ask why, before we wrap up here, and I just really want to tell you why we do so much. And there's a long list, guys, and I'm not trying to brag or anything. I just want you to know how passionate we are about our team and our culture. You know, that video said obsessed, I'd say we're obsessed. You know, we love our people. None of this matters. If we didn't have our people, the buildings, the trucks, we couldn't do what we do, and that's what makes Magic Valley Electric and Magic Services. Makes it fun to go to work every day. To build stronger teams and team members. You know, that's a big one, right? Through all the leadership trainings, the communications trainings, really just build those bonds and be able to push through anything. Builds camaraderie, relationships. Relationships are everything. Would you guys agree? Yeah. I mean, that's where the next one comes from. When you're building great relationships, you get that foundation. You get that foundation of trust. And if you have trust, to me, I tell you, that's the number one thing for that strong foundation. You can do anything when you have a strong trust in your team. And for us, you know, being an electrical contractor, plumbing contractor, HVAC contractor, it's not very common that companies do this like we have in an industry that's not really well known for it. But we've figured it out. We feel we have. And, you know, we're going to continue to push this every single day to build that team, that trust. So a lot of this, you know, I'm throwing a lot of ideas at you guys. And after this, anybody has any questions, they can talk to me. We want to help people. We're not here to keep a secret. We want to, you know, one thing I've learned, it's no fun to reinvent the wheel. That's as a community, us working together to help build better places to work, better culture, better companies. It just makes our community stronger, level each other up. You know, but it comes with that, relentless improvement. That's one of our guiding principles. And for us, that means we never stop getting better. And that's important, you know, through the world sometimes, and I'm telling you, I'm an impatient guy sometimes. My wife can tell you that. You try to jump from A to Z and do something amazing, and that's just not possible. I've learned that in growing a business, that you have to do small steps every day. It's that 1% a day. It's that inch by inch, life's a cinch, yard by yard, life's hard. Life's hard, you miss things. So we want to get better 1% every day, and we just think about what that looks like 10 years from now. Who here wants to get better 1% every day? Yeah, you committed to it? All right. So before we wrap up here, we're going to put a little work in here. Does everybody want to put a little work in? Okay. I kind of ran through this, and we got the 2 QR codes, so you guys can download those for the 100-day plans or one-on-one forms. You can manipulate them, change things, whatever you need, but go ahead and use those if you like. But I want you to think of 3 things, just the things I went over today. I want you to think of 3 things that you could take back to the businesses you work for, the businesses you operate, businesses you own, and implement that could make a big difference. Something that you're willing to do, something you're committed to do. And then I want you to share it with us. I want to have 3 volunteers. We're going to give you about 2 minutes to write down these 3. Then I want 3 volunteers to share with the group. Does that sound like a good idea? Come on, we do 3 volunteers. All right, so can you please kick on some music? We're going to go about 2 minutes. And I want you to start thinking about what you're going to take home today. What are you going to integrate? We need a little tunes back here. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. We're getting something now. So think about it. Is it one-on-ones? Is it 100-day plans? Is it just having a party for your team? Is it going out and doing a parade with your team? Think about these ideas. Think about something that you're missing in your company, because it's these small things. You just got to keep doing them. All right, I'm excited. Who's going to raise their hand? Who's going to be the next? Oh, right here. We got a couple more. We got about 1 more minute. All right, keep thinking. Challenge your partner. Challenge the person next to you. Make sure they're writing something down. Again, we just want to keep getting better. All right, about 20 seconds. Awesome. All right, cut the music. Okay, did everybody get something written down? Come on, I need to hear it. We got to get that energy back. All right. All right, we need 3 volunteers. Just one by one, we're going to stand up and share our ideas. Who wants to go first? Right here. Let's cheer him on. He's a brave one. All right.
First one I put down was open dialogue of emotion. Pretty manly dude up there.
Yeah.
Talk about all the go, the hard stuff, as well as all of that.
Absolutely. Good job. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Great job. Good job. Okay. Who's next? Who wants to go next? We need 1 more. Oh, we need 2 more, actually. Come on. Who's going to be the brave one? Right here up front. All right. Cheer on. Woohoo! Yeah. Absolutely. There you go. Make sure you put it on the calendar. Got to put it on the calendar. Nice. Just get it locked down. Awesome. Yeah, I love it. 100%. Yeah. Yep. Great job. Give it an applause. Awesome. Woo! See it? That's amazing. We got to put it into work, though, huh? Make it happen. Who's our 3rd one? Who wants to share something with this awesome group? Last one. Come on. Raise your hands right here up front. Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Cheer them on.
One-to-ones, I do them, but I forget them. So I need to get them on the calendar every month. We just hired a receptionist. It's going to be task. I scheduled a one-to-one.
Absolutely.
Award, employees deserve it, and discus tester. I use it. In fact, I'm a high C, high I.
Yeah.
If you were to go back to that graph, there is no high C, high I. I don't know what I am, but I don't understand those personalities. I think my team needs to don't take it.
Oh, yeah.
Just don't do anything with it. I want to learn how to pick it.
Yeah, you got to keep that going, right, with frequency. Great job. Let's give him an applause. Awesome. And he hit it right on the head, like right with the one-on-ones. We all get busy. And if you don't put them on the calendar, what's worse than scheduling a one-on-one? It's missing a one-on-one. How do your teammates feel when you're when they know these are coming, and every other week or every month you're rescheduling, you're just pushing it out and saying, we'll get to it next time. I know you're busy, I'm busy. Because they're going to support you. They're going to go, I know you're busy. But it can really hurt somebody. So you got to get those locked down. You have to make them a major part and make a focus. So, in closing, guys, you see this is my shirt. I love one team, one dream. For us, it means a lot. It's about empowering each other. For us, our dream is to empower and inspire our team members to be better versions of themselves every single day. And it's really built our team and our culture, and it makes it great and fun to go to work every day. So I'm going to challenge you with something. I want you to think about it. When you leave here today, what are you going to do to build your team and your dream? Thank you very much. Appreciate being here. All right.
Thank you so much.